What's going on, everybody? Heck here with the TSR show. Thank you guys for joining us for another week. Right beside me, he's back. Greg the Leg. After many weeks, he used up all his vacation for New Year's and shit. You know, we had paid holiday off.
You guys gonna guarantee my incentives though, right?
We'll see about that. We'll see about that.
What do you mean?
What I'm saying? We'll see about that.
Better guarantee them.
We guaranteed you 4 days. It's been 3 weeks.
Don't walk off the set.
Yeah.
Better pay me that money, dog.
And we got Smurf, producer Smurf, behind the camera. Hell again,
There he is.
Good to have you back, man.
Good to be back, dog.
Finally.
I know.
You have so much to talk about. We have so much to talk about, but we got to start off with an off the top. Do you got an off the top?
Yeah, I got a real simple one.
All right.
Get an air fryer. That thing.
I have one. Hey, it's dope, huh?
It's the best shit ever.
It's so dope.
Like, we got this toaster oven one.
Yeah.
Like, literally, it's everything I wish a microwave, like, was. Like, you know, you put food in there, heat it up, your plate's hot, food's cold.
Yeah.
No, not with the fucking air fryer.
Yeah.
Just throw that shit in there.
Yeah.
And you can put metal shit in there, and it doesn't explode. It's fantastic.
Wait, what? You can put metal. It said not to put metal.
Well, I mean, we've got...
shit.
So ours is like a big toaster oven one.
Oh, okay.
So, like, it'll do, like, toasting, but it'll air fry as well. Get you one of those. They're the best.
Air fryers is dope. You know what I need? Now that you remind me, I need a new grill, and now is the time to go buy your grills and any outdoor shit. Right now, you go out there, that's what you buy. There's a surplus of that shit. Get ready for the summer. It's like buying your summer clothes in the winter and your winter clothes in the summer type shit. Always save money. That's my off the top.
Solid.
Well, with that being said, let's talk about some football, some NFL.
We got a lot to talk about, so
Let's talk about.
We're gonna rely on you.
Let's talk about the year, the last game of the year,
Ooh.
and how it impacted 3 teams,
and
Yes.
the game of the year.
possibly the game of the year. What were you guys' takeaways? Just from, I guess, Greg wanted to talk about the certain timeout.
So I think a lot of the conversation around the game centers around the timeout from Brandon Staley. So I'm just curious, like, what you guys think of it. Like, what did you think of that timeout? Should they have not taken it and just prayed that the Raiders were going for a tie? Like, what do y'all think about it real quick?
I think it just, number one, it was a bad call. It was the final timeout. You just save it. Just save it. If they call it, let the Raiders call it if they're gonna call it. You know what I mean? At that point, it was like kind of out of your hands. They're already in field goal range.
Well, no, it's not a gimme right there because it is a 59-yarder. And, like, Daniel Carlson...
They got a good kicker, though.
No, he's good, but that's still, like, you're kind of pushing things. So, like, to me, the Raiders still have to run another play there, right? So, like, my problem with the timeout is I don't think, like, the timeout in of itself was bad. Whatever that defensive play call was horrible. Like, you know they're going to run the ball. You know that the Raiders need to burn the clock. Because for the Raiders, it's win-win no matter what happens. Mm-hmm. They get to go to the playoffs. You're the team that if you take a loss or if you mess up, you're not going to the playoffs. So, to me, like, the defense that was called out there and that they put out there was just a bad defense. Like, why do you have all those safeties out there? Where are your linebackers? Where's the defense? Brandon Staley was great with the Rams last year. They were the number 1 defense. They're the bottom of the league this year in defense. Like,
Run defense.
yeah, in run defense specifically. So, like, you got to call a better play there. Like, I understand you don't do run defense, whatever. You have to make the play. So you have to call a good play there.
Right.
And I think that's the problem with that timeout. Like, there's nothing that says the Raiders have to go for a tie. And if you're Brandon Staley, like, you can't assume that they're going for a tie. You have to assume they're trying to win the game. I need to do what's right so that we can win the game. Like,
So I think what my thing is the only reason why we're talking about this timeout is because Josh Jacobs got a first down.
Right.
That's the whether they called the timeout or didn't call a timeout. It's the fact that Josh Jacobs got a first down. Now, I think that the Raiders, we'll never know. But I think the Raiders were fucking with them.
I think they were trolling them hard.
Into thinking like, hey, look, we're good with the tie. I think they were fucking with them because the clock kept rolling and rolling and rolling and rolling and rolling. Now, Derek Carr was in the shotgun. They were probably going to run a draw. And at that point, the Raiders are like, just like me, oh shit, we're going to the playoffs. Because they're not going to, the worst we can do is hit the field goal here. I heard people were talking about a punt. They were going to go for a punt.
That was.
They were going to kick the field goal to make it look like they were trying to win.
But like blatantly miss it, or
No,
Not
just
miss it.
they were depending on the 59-yard field goal.
What,
Like whatever.
Was it that long? Was it 59?
It's 59 at the original spot before they run that play.
Okay, but basically,
Let's say a 50-yarder.
So he calls a timeout, and then at that point, I think it helped the Raiders more so change out of that formation and go into a better running play. I think that's what people are missing. And like I said, Brandon Staley was like, fuck, like, what if they are trying to win? Because I think he's thinking, no, like they'll probably go with the tie, but what if they are trying to win? Let me get my run defense, quote unquote, even
quote
though they didn't
unquote,
stop them, in there. And at the end of the day, we're only talking about is because Josh Jacobs got a first down.
Yeah.
And they hit a field goal.
Well, and the Raiders are going to the playoffs.
Yeah.
So,
which is wild.
But which is it's just
well, Steelers too.
Honestly,
no, that was the Colts doing. The Colts let the Steelers in.
Okay, but the difference here is the Steelers just played bad all year. Like it was just kind of like they played it.
We're gonna go straight into that.
No.
Let's shit
real
on
quick.
them.
Hold on, I'm just doing a comparison. But the thing with the Raiders was like they really had a shitty year, like in all aspects of what, not just the team but the organization, and they had a lot of things happen.
Fair.
To now be in it is crazy to me as well.
Right. Yeah.
So
okay.
And plus, wait, real quick. I'm sorry. Plus, why are you gonna let your division rival in the playoffs?
Yeah.
Like that's where I'm thinking too. It's like I'm not gonna if we had to play the Eagles and it's like we tie, right? We're going in to win that game. We ain't trying to let you in the playoffs. Because what if we match up with you? We might not to play each other 3 times.
Well, not just that. I mean, also like a division rival, going to them at the end, knowing full well you're going for the win the entire time.
Although that is the third. Like, the Chargers are like the fucking stepchild of that division. Like
The Chargers are the Chargers.
It goes Broncos and Chiefs, and then Chargers are like, all right.
Yeah.
But yeah.
The Chargers, there's something wrong with like their makeup, like their like just the foundation of them. Because they've had new regimes, they've had new players, they've had like new coaches and stuff. They've had different talent, and they've had really good talent.
How about that Herbert?
But they find a way to be the Chargers every year. Like they just cannot get it done, and they can't get out of their own way to get it done.
And then
I'll say this real quick.
How about that Herbert? But also, let's not forget about the going for it on 4th down at their own 18-yard line.
That one was wild. Like,
especially after how many 4th downs did you convert? Like
all of them. No, that was early in the game.
That was the first 4th down.
Yeah. No, so they don't convert that, which leads to Raider points. And it's funny because throughout the game, like that one drive where literally they wouldn't move the ball till 4th down, and then boom, we'll get 12 yards. Yeah. 3 plays of nothing, boom, 12 yards. Now we're down the field. Like them going for a 4th down was wild. They literally missed the first one and then went, well, that's good enough. We'll get all the rest of them.
I think the shittiest thing is. No, well, I'll bring this up later, but it'll tie in.
Yeah, well, if you're going the shittiest thing about the outcome of this game is that we'll just put the rat on the table.
Yeah.
The Steelers are in the fucking playoffs.
Yeah, like.
And it's like I was telling Hector, it's like every Steelers game is the same. It's always the Steelers are struggling to score, struggling to move the ball, but yet somehow the game is closed because the other team is like doing some fuckery, so going for it on 4th down and failing.
They try to like fucking play with them because they know they can and they fail. It's like
they try some shit where it's like, all right, well, here comes TJ Watt for like a fucking sack, and like TJ Watt goes out for the game. It's like he's questionable to return. It's like every game is the fucking same with the Steelers. And I'm so tired of the fucking watching Steelers games. It's all the same game with the Steelers. Like, I'm telling you, it's all the same.
They're
game.
boring
it's
to
always
watch.
The other team doing some fucked up shit that has the Steelers hanging around for some shit. And then the Steelers can't get out of their own fucking goddamn lane. But yeah, they're like that to me that's
Ben's final home game to me was like the perfect thing.
Yeah, like
they came out in
that's
that
where
game.
it should have ended.
That's what I was telling Hector. I was like, honestly, is Big Ben really like
happy about this?
Is he hoping for a tie at this point? Because
you heard his comment. Did y'all hear his comment?
What was it?
So I saw a thing where he said, like, of the 14 teams we know are probably not the best.
Yeah,
so let's just have fun.
Let's
and it's
just
like,
have
oh, okay, so you just want to lose. Like, all right, dog.
Yeah, like, let's just go out there and play. And it's just
like he was ready to mail it in.
Yeah, now he's going to go out in blowout fashion.
Yeah, and he's just like...
We're going to go out Dan
But
Marino
not only
style.
that, I think he's more mad like, damn, I got another week. It's like putting in your 2 weeks, but you don't have vacation for your last week. And you like really need to make the bill payment, like the mortgage payment, like in 2 weeks from that. You're like, I still got to go in one more fucking week. Knowing damn well I don't give a fuck. Like,
oh, it's more so like this. So you notify your work that Thursday's your last day at work, right?
Yeah.
Thursday's your last day at work, and that'll be your last day. But yet they throw a party for you on Wednesday, and like it's a fucking coronation for you, like on Wednesday, and like it's over, and then you realize, fuck, I still gotta come back to work.
yeah, like,
Why don't y'all do this on Thursday?
yeah.
Why did you do this on my actual last
Like,
day?
Yeah.
Wait, like you still want me in here tomorrow? Like, fuck it. I'm
Not
calling
just
in.
paid leave? Like, come on, dog.
So, okay. So, we got...
Wait. But real quick.
Okay.
Are we done with the Steelers? Or?
Go ahead.
I was
Hold
just
on.
going to say.
Only reason Steelers got in is because the Colts forgot what got them into the playoffs, into the playoff picture to begin with, which is run the ball with Jonathan Taylor. It's not hard. It's not a hard concept.
But you needed
just run the fucking
You needed
ball.
They wanted Wentz to be the hero.
We've
That's
seen
why-
this in a Super Bowl.
Watch that game.
Why do we need to keep watching this?
So...
That's what they wanted.
So this is the thing about running offenses, strictly running offenses, is once you get taken out of your game script, now the game's gonna fall on the quarterback.
Right.
And that's something Carson Wentz couldn't do, and the Jaguars came to play.
It's their last.
I mean, that was
Lawrence came to play
that
too.
definitely was their Super Bowl, and they played
their
like
ass
it.
whooped on all three faces of the ball, and it's a weird stat, but I guess the Colts have not won in Jacksonville since like 2016, 2014, whatever it is.
I need to look into those stats because I like
In Jacksonville,
those crazy
or
ones are
against?
always true.
In Jacksonville.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay, that's the difference.
But they play Jacksonville every year.
Bro, we haven't been able to beat the Broncos since like 1996 or some shit.
No, these streak
But
things
it's
are
not
a
like you
thing,
can play
dog.
them every year, though.
No, I know, but it's still, we haven't beat them in like, how many, like the last 10 times?
Last 8. Yeah, no, you guys have
It's,
literally
like,
lost
crazy.
8 in a row today.
Like these streaks I believe in the streaks, like the Kyler Murray undefeated at AT&T. When I was so pumped for that game, I was like, hell yeah.
And then you
We're
saw
gonna
that
fucking
stat.
womp on these motherfuckers. Like we found ourselves. And literally before the game, blood, I sit down on my chair, like I grabbed a beer and everything. Like sat down with my chips and Valentina, and they're like, Kyler Murray, 9-0 at AT&T. And I was like, fuck! I was like, that's it. That's all I needed to know. That's all I needed to know.
Okay, so real quick. I know not the schedule, but the opponents for the Raiders came out. Did you guys see your opponents for next year?
No.
No, I let me see.
Next year, as a Packers fan, is really scary, so I'm not looking at it yet.
Oh, that's
I'm looking up to the Super Bowl
like
and
you ain't
no
gonna have
further.
the best player anymore.
Well, speaking about the best player,
Oh, good transition.
Aaron Rodgers and company, they lost, right? They lost to the Lions, but it was backups. He only played.
Jordan Love didn't look good.
That's where I was going.
Oh, sorry,
Is
my bad.
Aaron Rodgers happy right now that Jordan Love sucks?
Or is it too early to tell?
Is it more so like, yeah?
It's not too early. So here,
It's not too early. I wait.
here's the thing. It's
been
his
like two
second
halves.
year. Well, no, it's his second year in the league. You got to be better than what I've seen there. Otherwise, you're just a backup quarterback. My thing with Jordan is that, to me, like, there were a bunch of spots where he actually looked good. The interceptions on the drives where he got to win the game, like, that kind of shows you what he is right now. He's just not that dude.
But like
I would argue, to be fair to him, that both of those interceptions are not his fault. One of them, I think it was the first one, was just straight up the wide receiver's fault. Just literally did not catch
you're
it.
speaking like a Cowboys fan right now.
Dog, he's throwing to Jawan Winfrey. That's a practice squatter. No, he's throwing to that guy.
I know. I'm fucking.
I know.
With you.
Listen, the second one, low key, I'm a blame on Aaron Rodgers. The reason being is I have seen Aaron make that throw 100 times. I have seen him fit it in that window 100 times. And to be fair to Jordan Love, he did a pretty decent job of kind of putting it in that window. Wide receiver didn't catch it again. But it's a bad decision because of how many defenders are there.
Right.
If you're Aaron Rodgers, you can do that shit because I've seen Aaron do that shit and he can just do it.
Right.
If you're Jordan Love, I understand that it's this 2-minute drill and you're trying to drive down and win the game. Make good decisions. Right. That was a bad decision, even though it was pretty close to actually being the play that it was supposed to be. Instead, throws it, it's just a little off. Guy, it bounces off his hands or just goes through his hands. Defender's waiting, catches it. So I felt bad for him. I think Aaron is enjoying the fact that Jordan doesn't look good.
Okay, so with that being said, let's talk about the playoffs. Going into these playoffs, is Green Bay with Bakhtiari coming back, the cornerback coming back? What's his name?
Jair
Alexander coming back. Are they the favorite right now in the NFC, Hector?
Okay, they are the favorite. I don't think they're a clear-cut favorite. I think in the NFC, so there's these things.
Go ahead.
Okay, so this is why. They are the favorite. I think they're the team to beat, but they also have their warts, their faults, things that you can take advantage of on that team. I don't think they're a team where it's in all three phases of the game, it's damn, what are we going to do to stop that? What are we going to do to stop that? And I think there's also other teams in the NFC. If you look at the real contenders in the NFC, I think there's people that are matchup wise, if the other team's players can win their matchups, Green Bay can be had. So that's why I say it's not a clear-cut favorite. A clear-cut favorite to me is kind of how
we understand there's no clear-cut favorite.
Okay, cool.
We understand that there's no clear-cut favorite. But of the bunch, are they the favorite?
Yes.
You say yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every team, I understand every team isn't. I understand every team isn't. They all have flaws.
Yeah.
So if we were to put it in the tiers, they'd be on top of the pyramid.
They would, because they've beaten 3 of the teams that are in the playoffs currently, and you can't look at any of the other teams and say that.
Okay. Behind them comes who?
In the NFC?
NFC.
You want me to be like honest?
Honest.
I think it's a pick your poison kind of thing.
He's got something.
Yeah.
I think it is the Cowboys, to be honest. And here's just a real quick. Talent wise, on paper, you're looking at on paper because
Paper
that's all we can
tigers,
talk
dog.
about. That's all we can talk about right now is on paper, right? Because we've seen two different Cowboys teams this year.
Yeah.
We've seen dominant Cowboys where they really, if they play at their potential, they have a team where they have so much talent where it's like, how the fuck do we stop that? But you also have another side of the Cowboys where it's like, what the fuck are you doing? But they stay in there. So it's a very close game all those times.
So if we eliminate the 6-0 record in the division, what is the record outside of the division?
4-3.
6-5.
Okay, 6
It's
and
like
5.
you were kind of close.
Above 500. But a lot of the NFC teams are like that.
Okay, I'm just asking the question. So behind them,
you didn't even let me finish. real
Okay,
quick.
go ahead, finish.
I was just gonna say. Also, the second part of that, why I think the Cowboys have the healthiest team going into the playoffs.
Except Michael Gallup.
Except Michael, but you know what? Cedric and Dak have built this rapport.
Okay.
The only thing
Slowly
that
pushing
the
out
only,
CeeDee.
no. The only thing that kind of fucks that up is now CeeDee Lamb is a lot better in the slot than he is outside, and so now him moving outside is a little different.
Worse.
But you can't.
Not different. It's worse.
So Greg, would you agree that coming in second would be the Cowboys on that pyramid?
I think it's the Cowboys tied with the Cardinals, in my opinion.
Wow.
Yeah. No, I know. Wild pick.
Yeah.
I personally got the Bucks.
So, okay. So to me, the way
That's
that
a little
I
different.
objectively look at it, I think you have the Packers as the favorite, and then you have the Cards, the Cowboys, and the Bucks underneath, and it's which ones do you like? Because certain aspects of those teams that you'll like, you won't necessarily find in the other ones, so it like drops them. You know what I mean? For example, with the Bucks, I think that the injuries are going specifically on defense are going to be something that is really felt by them. Like looking forward, I don't think the Eagles are going to win. But what I think the Eagles can do against them is prove that, hey, we can run the ball against you. If the Eagles can go out and run the ball against the Bucks, I think the Cardinals can.
I agree
and
with
I think
you.
the Packers can.
I agree because I feel like I gotta see this game first. Because to me, if you're looking at a contender,
I gotta
right?
wait till they lose.
No, for the Bucks.
For the
Bucks.
Yeah.
I gotta see this game coming up for the Bucks. I can't tell them because the thing is, to me, if you're that team, you should blow out the Cowboys.
They almost lost to They almost lost to the Redskins last year, and they won the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I get that, but I don't think they're gonna run it back, Blood. They're missing.
They're missing.
But you're talking about a healthy Bucks team
But
to a non-healthy Bucks team, though, too.
You're what you're saying is I gotta see it first. It's
No, here's the thing. You didn't let me finish. That's another thing. Look,
You'll stop your thoughts.
no.
I don't know why you don't let me finish.
It's not that I. Okay, look. To me, I think the Bucks. Yes, you have Tom Brady, and he makes that difference. But what helps Tom Brady work is the fact that he has all his horses in line. That's what's always helped him. At least one of those guys. Now, right now, he has Gronk. But I feel like when it comes to the Bucks, they've also struggled this year, and nobody's talking about that. They've struggled against bad teams. What we've come to know that are bad teams. And I think that hurts you a little bit. You know what I mean? Just
I would
how
tend to agree.
you know what I mean? So for me, now you're going into it unhealthy in a sense where
but who's gonna threaten them?
Well, so the big thing is for the Bucks. So I think they're going to win this week, but I want to see the style in which they win. The reason being is that so the Eagles, the way that they beat you is they're very physical up front. Like they power it, and then they have a bunch of very quick backs and their quarterback, so they can do sneaky shit. So they punch you in the mouth and then run out. Like, it's a lot of good plays in a sense, right? You play very physical. You push people off. If they can't contend with your offensive line, like, you're gonna run them over, and that's kind of what we were seeing from the Eagles down the stretch.
Right.
What I need to see with the Bucks is, I know you have Vita Vea. Like, can he be your only run defender, or can you have can other players step up and actually defend against the run? Because, like, if the Bucks run into other teams like the Packers or the 49ers or maybe the Cowboys in this case,
they're third on that list right now. Right?
No, that specifically power run the ball.
Right.
So if the Bucks run into those teams and they don't pass the test against Philly, I have a lot more concerns for the Bucks than I currently do.
Right. Well, and then also too, if you just real quick, people tend to forget the first game back, Cowboys and Bucks, it was a close game, and Zerline missed two field. Not only did he miss a field goal, he missed an extra point.
I don't think he's gonna be kicking.
No, he's not. This is my biggest thing is like Zerline.
He's done. He
might be the contributor. Yeah, everybody talk about the coach. Everybody talk about the QB. Nobody talking about that kicker. That's what he's. Look, in the Cowboys' losses, they have lost a total of a combined 8 points. Zerline has contributed 14 lost points in all season. You feel me?
Blow the other teams out, so you won't be in that position.
That's what I'm saying is that's what I want to see from the Bucks. Blow out the Eagles.
Okay, so
if you blow out the Eagles, you're a contender.
So now we touched on those teams. Now, what teams come after that? We got the Niners. Nobody mentioned the Rams, and no one's here to discuss the Eagles, right?
No, I think
so. The Eagles are the bottom, absolute bottom, in my opinion, and then the Rams, Niners, and what's the other team? No, Cardinals are in the upper tier. So the other two NFC West teams are in the next tier, in my opinion. I have serious concerns about Matt Stafford. I think he's gonna get to the playoffs and become Detroit Stafford and just start throwing picks again.
You talking about the Detroit team that beat the Cowboys?
Not in the playoffs.
They didn't beat us in the playoffs.
Maybe in the night. No.
Didn't you guys? What about the catch? Wasn't that
that was against Green Bay?
That was us.
That was literally that was what was it? 4 years ago? 6 years? 6 years ago to the day yesterday.
Holy shit!
6 years ago to the day yesterday, bro.
That was a Des Bryant catch.
Yeah, that was the Des Bryant.
I thought that was against the.
No, the Lions. We beat the Lions to go play Green Bay.
Might have to look up that year. That's wild that both us and the Lions made it. Like, you look at the Lions now. Imagine them in the playoffs, dog.
Oh yeah, that was the Lions because the first year.
That's probably when they still had like Ndamukong Suh and shit, and like Ziggy.
Yeah, they had
Ansah.
Suh and Anza.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
That was a
Anyway,
disgusting.
whatever happened to Anza?
Injuries, like it just sapped him.
I just never heard of him again.
No, he was really good for like 3 years, and I believe they re-signed him to a short deal, but he just couldn't live up to it because of like all the injuries and shit. Like, just wasn't the same player. Oh yeah, especially if you're explosive like that.
I mean,
takes it out of you.
All the injuries and like CTE and like Antonio Brown, people talking about him with the CTE and shit. Like, it's just, it is what it is. But real quick, I think actually the Niners have a better shot than the Rams do. Because the Niners are literally the only team that'll commit to a run game. They are literally the run first and only option team coming into this playoffs because they run.
The Titans?
Well, I'm saying in the NFC.
Oh, okay.
We're talking NFC. And the only thing that scares you is the quarterback, and that's kind of what sucks. It's a matter of, in that last moment, do you trust Jimmy G?
Yeah, but Debo and George Kittle are so good. You know what I mean? That like they help
a lot to the run game, but
they help negate some of Jimmy's shit.
But the
because
defense
Jimmy
can't be
can
had.
Be inaccurate. Well,
yeah.
all the defenses in the NFC, I think, can be had in one form or another. Like, if we, like, honestly, like, none of the defenses that we see in the NFC this year are, like, dominating.
Like we've stated many times, all teams have flaws. Every team can be had at any time.
Right.
Shit, the Raiders might win a game. The only teams we can't see win a game is the Steelers. But
And the Eagles.
What sucks is you're not going to be able to see Chargers Chiefs. Where I think they would have put a better fight
But it would have been the
than the
Raiders.
Steelers.
It would have been the
It would have
Raiders.
been Raiders.
Maybe we would have saw the Chargers at some point.
That's what I'm saying.
No.
Go ahead.
Let's wrap it up. Not wrap it up, but let's go back to the NFC. Who is on upset alert, Greg? Of this first round, who is on upset alert?
Okay, so to me, upset alert.
That's a fucked up question.
So, upset alert, I'll put the Rams on upset alert, to be honest. If people consider that an upset. I know the Cardinals lately...
Aren't they the favorite?
Who? The Rams?
Cardinals?
There's
no way they're the favorite. Like, the Rams are at home. Most home teams get,
Oh, yeah, they get 3.
The Rams are -4. Rams are favorite.
Yeah. Ooh, by an extra point, too. Personally, I put them on the upset. I think the Cardinals, like, actually pose a lot of problems for the Rams. And then I think the Cardinals also can solve some of the problems that the Rams present. Cooper Kupp is going to eat them alive, granted. But I think Kyler and them can tear them up.
I think...
And then the other one would obviously be the Cowboys, as every media
I
person
think
has
I would
said.
tend to agree with him.
With both?
Yeah, with both. I would put probably... But the other way around. I feel like the Rams would upset the Cards in a way. Just based off season, though.
That's not an upset, though.
I know, based on the line, but...
No.
The thing is, the 49ers can upset the Cowboys. Because we have a bad run defense. I think with the with the Niners, they can beat the Cowboys because we have a poorish run defense. And if they can pound and take control of the clock, it's been proven that you keep Dak on and that offense on the sidelines, they don't come back really hard.
But you can't be talking like that from a contender, a second contender.
The thing is a matter of which. That's why I said which Cowboys team am I gonna get now. The reason I don't think it's gonna upset, and that's why I said
You're not playing an NFC East team.
No.
So
no, what I'm saying is though too, is as an option. That's my option too. I went with the Rams Cards as an upset, but as an option too. When it comes to the Cowboys, they've also proven when it's a team that you should beat, they beat them. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. I think I'm gonna get that Cowboys team this year.
Okay,
this week.
Here's the problem with that.
Okay.
Cowboys are a perception team. They clearly like pay attention to things in the media, and they let that kind of affect them. They're not supposed to beat this team. We can sit here and we can be like, "Oh, the Cowboys are contenders for sure." What have you heard from every talking head or from most media outlets this entire week? Oh, the Niners are going to upset the Cowboys. Oh, the Niners are going to upset the Cowboys. Cowboys on upset alert. Niners are going to beat them. Niners are the hottest team. They're going to beat them.
But
that's the problem.
But also too, they're also a football team and football players. They're gonna look at the film as like, really, like they haven't.
Dog, Debo is watching Trevon Diggs going. Oh.
Yeah, but now you're gonna have a healthy team. Now, the thing is, if the run sustains. Now, if the Cowboys, I'll agree with you. They have to stop that. They have to make it hard to run. If they stop that and you put the ball in Jimmy G's hands, now it's what we talking about. Now what have we talked about all this season is to be a good team, are you in control of the game? Kind of how we see with the Packers. In a sense, they had a few games where it's like, yo, really? Like you're getting ran up by Chicago and shit. But then they hit something, they hit a stride, and they have control of the rest of the game. There's no stopping them.
Yep.
That's what to me makes you a dominant team. Whether you win 17-13 or 51-40, is do you have control of the game? Now, is it you that is gonna lose the game, or are they gonna beat you?
So since 2011, the Cowboys, or I should say, the 49ers have only beaten the Cowboys once. Since 2011.
What's the streak? What's the streak of that?
No, I had a stat. Real quick.
That.
Real quick. We played the Niners last year. They rushed it for over 150 yards on this. Not even on this defense.
41 and 33.
Yeah, and we had control of that game with Andy Dalton.
How many games did
And
they
no
win
Joey
that year?
Bosa, and no Joey Bosa on the other team.
I was gonna say, and
It's a
how many games did
completely
they
different
win
team.
that year?
That's what I'm saying. It's a completely different defense. Though too.
Well, no. So here's the problem, right? Is that the Cowboys, as a contender, should just win this game,
Right?
Because the
Right.
plan on how you beat the 49ers is simple: deliberately drive down, get points, and then that's it. That's all you got. As long as you are constantly and deliberately going down, you're controlling the game, and you're getting points. You put them behind. You put them behind in pace, and that's the problem with the run. Like when you're such a running team, is that you utilize pace to beat these other teams. You're burning out the clock. You're dragging out the game. You're making everything take longer. Well, if you're going down, if you're going boom, 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 score, and then they come out and they drag and drag and drag, and then you go out boom, 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 and score, eventually they actually do kind of get tired.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you will start grinding them out. They'll start having to take chances.
You got to
That's
make
where
them a
they're-
pass team.
Right.
You got to
And-
make Jimmy G pass.
which the Cowboys have the firepower to do it. The problem with that is that the Cowboys coaches all year have done the dumbest shit. And so, like, I'm really afraid that Micah Parsons is not going to rush at all in this game.
No.
I am
Okay,
so afraid. Hold on.
No.
Hold
I
on.
gotta disagree with you.
Hold on.
On the defensive side, I trust Dan Quinn and what they're gonna do.
No, okay.
It's Kellen Moore that y'all need to
on.
look into.
No,
Just
Kellen
real
Moore,
quick.
Kellen Moore, I'm sus of 100%.
Okay. As
$5
long as we're agreeing
says
that.
Dan Quinn is going to have Micah Parsons drop in man coverage George Kittle for like 40% of the snaps.
We'll place an over under on that.
What's the okay? What do you want to bet on it? $5?
$10.
$10? I got you,
$10.
dog.
On what?
That Micah Parsons is going to be in coverage
Against
in or
George
around
Kittle
George Kittle,
for
30%.
for 40%.
40% of the snaps.
I'm saying less than, and he's gonna rush more.
Well, I'm going equal to.
Okay,
or more.
well, yeah. Let's
now
do.
Here's my take about that game.
We'll do
so first of
39%.
all,
Yeah, give me 30% on rush.
All right.
All right,
yes, the Cowboys theoretically are favorites,
or under.
but to me, and I hate to say this, but Santa Clara is playing with house money. They're gonna go in there with nothing to lose.
Yep.
They barely made the playoffs. They're going over there to Dallas.
Oh God.
Nothing to lose. And to me, they've got playmakers in George Kittle, Debo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk. And they don't have a playmaker in the running game, but the running game as a whole
Works.
Elijah Mitchell's good.
Is the system. What's that?
Elijah Mitchell is
He's
really good.
But and
He's just
theoretically,
young.
You put any running back in that system, and they're pretty good.
That's
in
fair.
the Mike Shanahan system. The place where they are very vulnerable at is in the back end.
Mm-hmm.
Santa Clara is. Now, they do have good-ass pass rushers.
Mm-hmm.
Good pass
Yeah.
rushers.
Where they can only rush 4.
And to me, whoever gets hot,
You're so
whoever
nervous.
gets hot to begin right away, to me, that's going to be the winner of a game. And to me, like I said, the Cowboys should win. Hector says, what Cowboys team is going to show up? Well,
Hopefully, we get the good Cowboys.
it wouldn't surprise me come Monday, and it's like Hector comes in and says, well, yeah, we got the bad Cowboys, and then I refer to as, well, look, they were 6-5 against the fucking rest of the league, where they were 6-0 in the division. You know what I'm saying? It's like this.
Yeah, but that's
It's like
but the thing is, when you talk about that, all the other teams almost had the same record. That's why it was such an. When have you even really thought of another season where it's been such a nail biter for the number 1 seed?
Well, what are you talking about?
Like, what I'm saying is, from all the teams that we've seen this year, it hasn't been a sense of like that's the team to beat. Like we
That's
haven't
not what I'm
had.
saying. That's not what I'm saying.
No,
I'm
but
saying you guys were a mediocre team outside of your division when
Yeah.
you guys played other teams outside of your division.
right, and I think that hurts this team right now. I don't think that hurts another team, like kind of like the Patriots, where I think you mentioned this, where fighting in our own division doesn't really prepare us for those games, those out of division games.
Right, but the concerns are so like Green Bay, for example, right? So we played the NFC West and we played the AFC North. Okay, we are 8-0 against both of those divisions, or whatever they are. We played all of the NFC West, all of the AFC North. We beat literally all 8 of those teams, right? So I know that my Packers record tracks because I know outside of my division against other quality teams, we beat them.
Right.
And not just like we beat all of them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You look at our division and you go, oh, the Packers lost 2 games in division. And it's like, you're right. One of those is to the Vikings, who always gives us a tough game. Cowboys don't really get too many tough games from their division
That's what
rivals.
I'm saying. There's no prep.
Other divisions, the division rivalry matters, and you can tell. Like, they absolutely try to beat each other.
Yeah.
The Packers-Lions game, they ran like 7 trick plays in the first quarter of the game. That was, first of all, rather spectacular from Dan Campbell, honestly. I can't, like, as much as I'm like, damn the Lions, I'm like, yo, those
That was
plays were
pretty
good.
cool.
That was
Good
pretty
call,
cool
Dan.
watching.
Good call, Dan.
Bro, they did like one where they reversed it 4 times. I'm watching that play and I see the guy go in motion. I'm like, oh, it's going to be a trick play. So I'm paying attention, trying to figure out, like, okay, where's the ball going to go? So I don't even know where the guy fucking came from. He just pops out of nowhere and is just wide open down the field. And I'm like, where the fuck was that guy? Like, what is happening? So, like, the other contenders in our division, we know we're battle tested not just because of our division, but the rest of the league.
That's what I'm saying.
guys are not.
I don't think it's a good.
Well, what do you think?
meter?
What do you think about the Bills? What is your? What
That's
is
a
your?
good
We'll
question.
jump over to the AFC side. What is? Do you?
I can see the Bills losing this game.
They're another team that's 6-5 outside of their division.
That's the thing. You've seen, and it's so weird to me because the Bills, like, to me, you look at like talent against their competition, and it's like you guys are the better team. Like I said, that's why there's things that
Is that
on
Cowboys?
paper-
Is that Cowboys?
Is that
East?
that's the Cowboys? It's like you guys literally. I don't think I've seen this talented of a roster on the Cowboys in a long time. I don't even think I was really like. We're talking about like 90s. I'm talking about as far as the road. No. Hold on. No, you're talking from a Packers point of view. I'm not gonna go that far, but hold on. We have what I'm saying is talking about the now. We have a very talented roster. The thing that what it is a young roster, and at the helm, it is a experienced guy that is just kind of like really kind of fucking up, right? But defensively, we have a very talented roster on the defensive side that I think as a whole, when it works, it works. I don't know what it is about playing these contenders, I guess you can say. They seem
Still
to
talking
like,
about the Cowboys?
yeah, they seem
Let's
to.
move on from the Cowboys.
So here's the big difference with the Bills. The problem that the Bills have is that their O-line is not very good. They have a lot of talent. They have a lot of talent on the defensive side. They have a lot of talent on the offensive
Game
side.
is won in the trenches.
But they don't win in the trenches, especially on
Right.
offense.
See, that's how I think. That's what I think about the Cardinals. I think the Cardinals are soft, but we're away from the NFC.
Right. So I would disagree, but anyways, the Bills are
They
gonna
got JJ Watt back.
that's gonna make them tougher, and like I think if they had James Conner and Chase Edmonds, thank you.
Edgerrin James.
Yeah, I was like, if they had Edgerrin James, they'd be definite contender, like actual like first spot contenders. But no,
the Bills.
Oh, yeah. The problem with the Bills is their O-line. They can't get any push, and you see that in the run game. Like, they've been trying all season to figure out a way to manufacture a run game, and what they've kind of settled on is like a weird hybrid run pass option thing, and then just feed Devin Singletary and hope that eventually his averages will be okay.
Josh Allen is like the leading rusher on that team.
Yeah,
The thing is,
but they want
there's a lot
Singletary
on
to
Josh
do
Allen, and you
anything.
just can't put a lot on one team.
So let's go. Let's take a look at tiers on the AFC side. Who's number one sitting at the top of the pyramid? Is it one team, two teams, no teams?
I see
on
it
the
as
AFC.
I see it as two teams.
Okay.
In my opinion, I see the AFC as being like awkwardly top heavy. And I'll explain it in a minute as we're going through the tiers, but for me the two tiers are the Titans and the Chiefs. The Chiefs, when you have a quarterback that's good like that and you have weapons, like you're always a risk. Like you take, what was it, last year or the year before where the Chiefs played Houston and they were down 24, and then they blew them out by like 20 points at the end of the game.
Was that last year?
No, that was like
That was 2 years ago,
2
right?
years ago.
So
maybe 3 years ago.
maybe.
Deshaun Watson was not getting massaged. Actually, he must have done. Was getting massaged.
Yeah.
But anyway, commence.
Anyway, so like the Chiefs to me, because of their offense and then their defense randomly playing good, I put them as like the number one spot with the Titans. The Titans have figured out a lot of their problems on defense. Their pass rush is a lot better. They frustrate quarterbacks, which is really good.
Right.
And then getting Derrick Henry back, I think, is huge for that team. That team found a way. They're built around run the ball with Derrick Henry
And play defense.
and play defense. So they fixed the defense, but then they lost Henry. Well, then they figured out how to make that offense work and really work without Derrick Henry. So now if you take him and you put him in, their offense should just be amazing. So until I see that it's not, I have to put them at the number one with the Chiefs.
What do you think? Do you agree, disagree?
I think in the AFC, the thing is it's tough because I believe it's the Chiefs. Titans, yes, I agree that you get Henry back, but then now
They do have home field.
he makes a damn good point for the Titans because I feel the Bengals, they're young. I think they're a good team. I think they're just a young team.
Well, that and their defense isn't that good.
Yeah, and so I think they're like a year early. I think next year they're gonna be a solid ass team. With the Raiders, it's like they're running off of like grit. You know what I mean? Like they're
more so like
we ain't got nothing to lose.
Dog,
Type
it
shit.
is the reverse Madden curse. That's what
Yeah.
it is.
The Raiders is like the team that's like they were just given like they're at work and they're like, hey, you want to work a fifth? And they're like, yeah, fuck it, might as well throw a 6 in there.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
like they're already like used to like working overtime.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, and I think also too, they're just running off of like pure heart, and so it's like, you could lose the game. Patriots, we saw what the Patriots have done in the last
They're
few
just
weeks.
too early.
Yeah, they remind me
Yeah.
of the Bengals. They remind me that just too early. They're too young. So I guess the more experienced team, this is kind of where it comes down to, is a more experienced team. You're gonna talk about the Titans and you're gonna talk about the Chiefs. So I think he makes a damn good point about the Titans. I was gonna say Chiefs, but Titans actually is a good one.
So to me, we'll circle it back is the Bills. That's the team that could be
Well
an early
equipped.
exit,
Or they could win it all.
or they could go on a roll and even beat
The Chiefs.
the Bills, or I mean the Titans,
Yeah.
or the Chiefs, and we've seen it happen.
Yeah.
But with that being said,
We just got to gear up for a playoff weekend. This is what the playoffs is. Any given day now.
yeah, any given day now. But I want to talk about End of year awards.
Yeah, be quiet.
So the end of year awards.
Let's go, dog.
So for MVP, who you guys got?
I got Aaron Rodgers.
Personally, I got Aaron Rodgers, but Tom Brady's probably gonna win. Although
if Tom Brady wins,
Dog,
I see.
Look,
No, my Midwayers.
look, Aaron Rodgers is a jerk and an asshole. So, it's no surprise that he ran over to an opposing coach and said, "Go fuck yourself," and then ran back to his bench and slammed. First, he broke a tablet, then he slammed it on the ground. Isn't that just like Aaron Rodgers, that jerk, that asshole?
The coach?
Yeah, didn't you hear about that?
Nah.
Oh, no, that was Tom Brady. That's right. The same Tom Brady that
I thought it was Rodgers.
No. But like he is an asshole.
No, didn't they say Aaron Rodgers was like gonna boycott the Super Bowl or some shit? Didn't someone say that?
What if he
That was fucking Boomer.
Hey, what would
Boomer
you?
is
Hey,
wild
hey,
nowadays,
what would you
dude.
do? What would you do if they made the Super Bowl and he boycotts? He's like, "Fuck it, I'm done." And
This is
that'd be
shit
some funny
they're
shit.
talking about.
Bro, we're just having like bullshit
I know,
talk.
but people actually run with that shit.
That's-
Just like the tie.
All right,
Just
my
like
bad.
the
Don't
tie
believe that shit.
That's my thing.
Real quick, I did want to talk about the college football playoff. Like, did y'all?
I told you Georgia was gonna win. It's hard to beat.
Yeah,
the
you
team
like
twice.
that. But now, Alabama. What'd you think about the before the half timeout? Would you have taken a timeout?
I didn't watch the game.
I didn't watch that part of the game. I only really got to see the last
So
bit.
in the second quarter, Alabama or Georgia.
Who gives a fuck about college football?
All right, go.
Let's bring it back. Let's bring it back.
Yes.
Let's bring it back. Okay. So we got MVP Aaron Rodgers. I got Aaron Rodgers too.
Yeah.
Okay. Coach of the year.
Mike Tomlin.
Well, next he's gonna be like, oh, Mike McCarthy.
No.
I'm gonna go Zach Taylor. I'm gonna go
Really?
Zach Taylor, Cincinnati Bengals.
I like your
Okay,
pick.
so why?
Because who picked them to win that division?
Mm-hmm.
No one did. No one did.
Fair.
And
We're
he-
talking about regular season
and
now
No,
too.
100%.
developed
Yeah.
Joe Burrow into a top-notch quarterback. Jamar Chase had a damn good year. So did T. Higgins. Bro, their third receiver could be a number one receiver.
And the thing is they have a mediocre O line, and he did all that shit.
And he has
Yeah.
he's been sacked the most.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he's like head and shoulders over everybody else because you also got Bill Belichick. But who would it be?
Well,
For me, it's
That's
Bill
an interesting-
Belichick.
Don't say Matt LaFleur.
okay, first of all, listen. Coach of the year?
You stop.
Who's the best coach?
Wait. That's bullshit.
No. So I was gonna
Hey, don't say
say
Aaron Rodgers for week 18 with the headset.
no. I was gonna say Vrabel. I can't even
Mike
say his
Vrabel?
name.
Mike
Yeah, I was
Vrabel.
gonna say him.
Nah.
But here's the problem. Why is it not Matt LaFleur? Like, why isn't he in that conversation?
Why?
Yeah.
Because
He's got Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers there is no coach when there's Aaron Rodgers. He's at that point. Like when people talk about the Bucks, no one even knows that Bruce Arians is the head fucking coach.
Everybody knows that Bruce Arians
No,
is
he's
the head coach.
no. We talk about Tom Brady and the Bucks, Aaron Rodgers and the Packers.
Why LaFleur? Are you being
He ain't
serious
doing
right now?
nothing.
No. So I truly, I do. Okay, so have we seen stretches in Aaron Rodgers' career where he's won 13 games 3 years in a row? He's better than McCarthy. I'll take that though. He's
So I like LaFleur. I like LaFleur.
My problem
I like
is-
his system. Two running back headed monster.
Yeah.
And then Bakhtiari didn't play for most of the year. There were injuries.
We lost a lot of O linemen. We lost a lot of starters on defense. Like
Jordy Nelson's record got broken.
that was sad.
But I just don't think he's no. Like there's I would even put the fucking what's his name? Bill Goldberg's dad, Rich Bisaccia, before I put Matt LaFleur.
But
Not coach of the year, bro. He's a good coach, but not coach of the year. We're talking about what coaches made lemonade out of oranges.
Also, John Gruden should be he should get a vote.
you're wild. Okay,
No,
Bro,
For real,
he
though,
built that team.
I think Bill Belichick.
Vrabel.
Okay,
He
so
did.
that's fine.
He
That's
did
fine.
the
Okay.
absolute
yeah,
most
I'm-
with the absolute.
That's
least.
a better pick than LaFleur, is what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Well, I would
like,
agree.
I think we
LaFleur's
all.
just the best coach, but he's not the coach of the year. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, now he's going as the best coach.
Show me another coach that's had a better stretch the last 3 years.
Offensive rookie of the year.
Jamar Chase. I don't think that one's particularly
Yeah.
close.
Mac Jones.
No.
Okay, I say Jamar Chase.
Jamar
All right.
Chase.
Defensive rookie of the year.
Oh, that's Micah Parsons.
Easy.
Easy.
Okay.
Who?
Defensive
Who?
player.
No,
I'm definitely Micah Parsons.
Defensive player of the year.
I don't know. You might have to go Micah Parsons on that one too.
TJ Watt.
TJ Watt? I say Micah.
Tied the record. TJ Watt.
Okay.
TJ
I
Watt
say-
because
I say
he
TJ Watt. I say TJ Watt too.
he earned the most wins for his team, more so than Parsons did.
I still say Micah, but okay.
I say TJ Watt too, but
I'm not disagreeing with you. I just have a difference of
I'm
opinion.
just saying.
Damn.
Yeah, your opinion wrong.
I say TJ Watt too, but if we'll end it on this. If we're talking about records. Okay, I am on the side that when it comes to records, there's an 18th week, an extra week, right? So if you take a look at TJ Watt, for example, right? The guy played 15 games, 16 games, whatever it was, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And he couldn't even break the record. He could only tie the record, but he tied the record. My thing is, that record was broken because he was awarded an extra week, and that's what other players were not awarded another week. You know, so hypothetically, say you are Greg Jennings and you're getting ready to break Donald Driver's record, and Greg Jennings only played 14 games, right? And shit, I have to do all this and this final week 17. Well, guess what? You're not going to get a week 18. That is the whole premise of that. TJ Watt and all these other players were awarded an extra week, regardless if you played 1 week or 17 weeks prior to that point.
You got the ability to play an extra.
Yeah,
week.
you got the ability to play that other week. That's my whole premise on TJ Watt. Other players weren't given that ability.
Right. My problem with that, and like with I kind of have the same problem regardless with records having asterisks to them,
Okay.
and that kind of stuff. To me, I'm not about it. The reason being is that like that's outside of the player's control.
It is.
So to hold it against them is kind of, it's not fair to the players, I would say. The other issue is that like my thing with doing the asterisks is where do we stop at? Do you know what I mean? Like we're looking at a lot of quarterbacks that are setting records, right? Where do we put asterisks next to those?
Yes.
Starting in 2009?
For example, to me, all the records are now. For example, who has the most wins in a 17 regular season game? The Packers hold that record right now.
Okay.
You know, they were talking. Hector's over there on his Tinder right now. I don't know what he's doing on there, but he's on his Tinder.
Just hold on.
But for example,
Sealing the deal or
Dak
what?
Prescott. You can have me look it up. Dak Prescott has the most touchdowns in Cowboys history. Why? Because they had an extra week.
No, so
Did Dak Prescott miss any games, Hector, this year?
One.
One game, right?
So technically, he did break the record. That's what I was just looking up.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He technically broke the record.
Yeah.
But guess what? He was awarded that extra
week.
Do you get what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
He still had the extra
Like, yeah,
opportunity.
he did it in the same amount of games,
And,
but he was.
But he
given
got
that
to-
But
extra
I
week.
think
He
that's
got
the
to miss a week
conversation
and
that
still
we
do
need to
it.
have, though. I think now what it comes down to is breaking it down to, did he do it in the same amount of games? Now, because it is beyond their control, right? It's kind of taking a little bit of both, where, yeah, the players aren't in control of that extra week, but if you do it in the same amount of games, regardless of when those games happen, you still broke the record.
no,
Because there's no telling that you technically you missed a week.
well, yeah, but okay, but we
Also,
gotta.
Dak Prescott, Like this is the other thing. Like you guys want
To
to
me,
talk
he
about, you guys also want to talk about stat padding Russell Westbrook. Like good thing Dak Prescott didn't get hurt stat padding against fucking fourth string.
Jesus Christ.
Something he's never done in his career.
We still had third stringers.
Yeah, you're right. Dak was in there.
In the last three tugs. We still had like second and third stringers.
Why do you have him playing with second and third stringers?
Because have you seen?
Oh, we gotta get him get that record.
He needed those reps.
Oh, against practice squad players.
No,
he's gonna go play a playoff team. That's what we gotta
be
do.
more comfortable with the first stringers. Because then he could be like, yo, if these practice squad guys can make these catches, you can make them too.
Admit it. The only reason he played into the fourth was for the record.
But my thing is,
No,
hold on, real quick. Now we're just talking about records, real quick, before I forget about it. Also, too, where I agree with you, Smurf, is now we're talking about records in a season. Now the season back when those records were made, it was a 17-week season.
Right, but
now that's where I'm like, yeah, they were awarded an extra week. They technically
I look at it more of they're being awarded an extra week.
So I understand what it is, because it's you have more opportunities to gain the stats, which would for the season, like it would set the record. It becomes easier on the season to set records because you have availability to an extra game to do that. My problem with that is like, okay, so then are we going to go back and re-asterisk everything from when we moved from a 14-game season to a 16-game season?
No.
So
When we add new teams, do we need to like put in asterisks of like, well, now we've changed the competition. There's more teams and shit.
No, it just starts a new record. It doesn't hurt to start another log book. Do you just read the same book over and over again all throughout your school education? No. It's like if it changes, sometimes you got to change the criteria. But you're still learning some shit.
I would agree if every single record, just by adding extra games, made it possible. But that's not true with all the records.
So like one of the records that was like, well, the other thing is they talk about the records, but don't mention the extra.
How many games there were?
Yeah. So like Cooper Kupp was on the verge of breaking Michael Thomas's all-time record for most catches in a year, right?
Yeah.
And he didn't break it, but they weren't saying but also Cooper Kupp has played in an extra fucking game.
Yeah.
Than Michael Thomas.
Instead of it saying it, I think the records now are, well, actually, no, that doesn't work either. Because, like, based on your logic, right? Mm-hmm. Let's say in the future they move to a 20-game season by some instance, and someone breaks that record in 20 games. Are you still going to say, like, yeah, they broke the record? Now they have an extra 4 games to break that record.
Yeah, I'm still going to say that. I'm still gonna say that they broke the record.
See that's where I don't see the
Dog, just because okay, listen, here's the problem with the argument. Is that just because you have more opportunities to get that doesn't mean you're just guaranteed going to break the record.
You're right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Only far few and like it was only TJ Watt. Why wasn't there another player close to 22.5 sacks?
Exactly.
Like, I get that part.
But now you're adding games.
But it's the fact. What?
Oh, go ahead.
But it's the fact. It's the fact that like Michael Strahan did it. First of all, he did it in a time where teams weren't dropping back as much. First of all, but I know I'm nitpicking there. But it's the fact that like he did it.
Yeah,
in
now we're talking about errors.
He did it in 16 out of 16. He didn't do it in 14 out of fucking
16.
18 or 17, whatever it was. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
That's basically my whole premise.
Because when you start adding more opportunities to like if we go to work, right? We're based upon an extra piece that we have as a setup. If we fuck that setup up, our next piece is our first piece. It better be right.
Yeah.
So if it's not right, and they're like, dude, really? This is fucking titanium. Then they're going to be like, so at that point, do you feel like, okay, but still, I got it out in time. I made my 2 parts, but out of 4, you had an extra opportunity to make that part right. You see what I'm saying?
No, I get that. My problem is that like
I'm trying to, yeah, I'm just
is
trying
that
to create
like
a logic.
fundamentally it's still we're having the argument of like should we put an asterisk next to this record for
Let me
X
put it to
reason?
you like this.
I always will say no because if we go down the rabbit hole of reasons to put asterisks, like the logic for why we can't put an asterisk for adding an extra game versus changing the rules to make offense better.
I'll put it to you like this. Last year, how many sacks does T.J. Watt get last year if the season ended at 17 games? He doesn't even touch Michael Strahan's record. He's probably 1 or 2 away. Right?
Last year, yeah, probably.
In the same amount of games played, he fucking played, 14 games, whatever it was. He doesn't break it. But he was allowed an extra fucking week this year. That's my whole thing. You know how many records could have been broken to a player that could have been allowed an extra fucking week?
Like, to me, it's like, who's the greatest of all time when it comes to the NBA?
Jordan.
Okay, but Bill Russell has more championships than Jordan.
Okay.
So how do we change it to Jordan? Because we think of, well, Bill Russell played in an era where he was like the only dude that can really conquer, right? So we change it for that, but how come we're not changing our opinion based off?
Well, no. Like we still apply context to it, right?
That's
so there's no
that's
denying.
all we're doing, right? We're just applying context to like we just don't believe that you broke the record because you had an extra shot. But you're saying that now you're trying to stay traditional. Well, it's still in the season where we're like, no, we're evolving with the time that it's evolving in.
So
right?
here's a question, right? So the 72 Dolphins, okay, I think they played in like a 14 game season at that time.
They're the only undefeated team.
The only undefeated team for a season.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they played in less regular season games.
Right.
Okay, right. So then do we look at the Patriots? In 2008 or whenever they went and played the Giants the first time, when they were perfect,
18-1.
So
19-0
do we
going
say
to the
that
Super Bowl.
they accomplished what the 72 Dolphins did? No, because they ended the season with that loss. They had an extra opportunity, but that lost, and it counts against them.
And that's something, and that's
Damn,
more so,
he made a good point.
No, that's more so where you look at the Dolphins
As the
as
championship.
fucking like, because
No, because you can't do that. Because if you look at it from a season, they won 100% of their games.
right.
Whereas the Patriots, they obviously didn't. They came up 5% short.
Well, that's like saying John Madden is the greatest coach of all time because he has the best winning percentage out of everybody. But is he really the best coach of all time?
Does he have the best win percentage out of everybody, or
Yeah.
everybody with
All the
100
fucking
wins?
All the coaches over 100, obviously. Over
Okay.
100 games coach. But he has the best all-time winning percentage, right? But
82%, right?
It's
82.
It's I don't know. It's up there. But in reality, we think Bill Belichick, who's lost more, is the best, right?
See, now it's tick for tack. Now we're nitpicking.
Well, yeah,
Right?
but we're being.
I'm not nitpicking. I'm just saying you didn't play long enough. Dolphins, you didn't play long enough.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
Right.
That's basically my.
Like, you take the
Like, no
Dolphins.
disrespect to T.J. Watt, he's gonna win Defensive Player of the Year over Michael Parsons.
Yep.
It's just records have to be held like a fucking jewel. It can't be something to where it's like
You just throw
it's
it out
just-
like
they
opera
just fucking
or
broke it
Oprah.
every fucking 5 years.
So-
every 2 years, every 3 years. No, you have to like the NFL has to do some shit about like not the NFL has to do something about it, but like you have to that shit has to be revered and respected with context.
Like
Like if TJ Watt broke that shit and
like Steph Curry's 3,000 or 3-point record. That's within context in relation to each other. That was a lot of 3-pointers that he broke. But the thing about when we look at Steph's record is we look at the time in which it took him to break it.
like half the amount of time.
Like more than half.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, now that record, by the time he's done, is like That's gonna be so far fetched where it's like
Where someone does break it, it's gonna be like, all right.
that's when we're gonna look at okay, but when did you break that record? How many years did it take you to see what I'm saying? Now we're nitpicking. Now it's a matter of like, yeah, he broke the record.
Okay, let me ask you guys this then. Records in sports. Records in sports. What is some of the records that's like this is the fucking holy grail of records? Like if
like the most untouchable?
like not most untouchable, something that will be
Babe
broken,
Ruth.
something that will be broken and was broken, or you can see be broken, where it's like, damn. For example, Babe Ruth's fucking home run record, but it wasn't him. It was Hank Aaron.
Hank Aaron's
yes. Home run record.
But we remember Babe Ruth.
I remember Hank Aaron
Right.
over Barry.
So
Bonds.
now we're nitpicking.
Over Barry Bonds.
But stolen bases.
That's Ricky Henderson.
Exactly.
No one's ever touching that shit.
Yeah.
No one's ever gonna touch it. But in the NFL, what's a record in the NFL? Just a record that comes to mind in the NFL.
Night
I
Train
can't
Lane.
think of one.
Best kicker percentage.
Night Train Lane, interceptions in a season.
See, I can't. To me, it's Tom Brady's rings. That's the only one that when I think of NFL
Yeah.
record, that's the one that comes
That's
to
true.
mind.
Y'all don't know about Night Train?
See, that everyone
No.
knows that.
Yeah, see.
To me, Tom Brady's or team Super Bowls.
That's so I to go back to your
me,
other
when
point.
when you're talking about that, like to me, when you're talking about records, I'm talking about Charles Haley.
Or when it comes to most touchdowns in a year by someone, who is it? I know it's someone.
It's
but who is
Peyton, right?
it in a year.
No, wasn't it the dude for the Colts? When
I thought it was going to be Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady.
No, it's Peyton Manning. The one season he had
But
with
see how
Denver
we
was
can't-
55.
We don't know.
no, I thought
No,
that
no,
was
I agree.
broken.
Like I
What
think
about
he had-
rushing touchdowns? Is it LaDainian Tomlinson?
yeah, with
What
like
about
30.
receiving touchdowns? Is that Randy Moss?
No, it's probably Jerry Rice. Probably Jerry Rice or Chris Carter.
In a year, I'm saying.
Yeah, it's probably Jerry Rice or Chris Carter.
See, I think in the NFL, there's more records that are like
It is Peyton Manning, 55.
Yeah.
with the Broncos.
Yep.
Tom tied for second is Tom Brady and Mahomes with 50, and then third, you can go Peyton Manning again with 49.
Okay. Well,
LaDainian Tomlinson is 28 rushing total touchdowns. Next is
I bet you half
20,
of those were against the Raiders.
27 was Sean Alexander.
All right. Well, anything else? Anything else you guys got to get off your head?
Well, just real quick, off the field talk. So Drake comes out
God.
real quick.
All right, real quick.
All right, real quick. So Drake is trying to be sued by this girl who allegedly had consensual sex with Drake. They met at a club or whatever. They're kicking it. Go back to Drake's hotel. They smoke some weed. He made it precise of like, hey, are you sure it's consensual? Like he was intent on it being consensual. Of course, they agreed. They ended up smashing. She talks about his dick size or whatever. Hits it from the back with a condom. Nuts in the condom. Goes to the bathroom, right? And he goes to the bathroom and disposes of the condom. And she goes back in to the bathroom and rubs the open end of the condom on her vagina. And he had put hot sauce inside the condom. He
He's
admitted to
genius.
it.
He's
He
a
admitted
genius.
to doing it. Now she is suing him for putting hot sauce on the condom. And it hurting her
Throw
vagina.
that shit out of court. There's
Why
no
is
way.
she rubbing it on her.
Exactly.
In the first place?
She was trying to get pregnant.
Yeah,
by
she's trying
Drake.
to entrap him 100%.
Yeah, that was entrapment. Like, does she not think that? Like, wait, I might be snitching on myself.
Well,
right
no.
now.
Here's the bigger problem: is what crime did he commit? What did he do? He
She even
threw some hot
admitted
sauce
to
on
saying
a
that it
piece
was-
of plastic and threw it away. That's
Yeah.
what he did.
And
Yeah.
to what?
He admitted. Well, she admitted to it that he was intent on it being consensual. So that means he asked. She already admitted that it was. So you can't even go back and say if that was thrown out. Oh, he raped me. Like you
No,
were
it can't be.
yeah. Like it
This
was
is the dumbest
You were trying to
fucking-
trap him. You were trying to have a baby. He was smart enough. He's been there. He's been in the game for like 15 plus years. or some shit.
This is
Yeah,
honestly like. Okay.
to me, but it was just like that was savage, bro. Like to put hot sauce, that's some good shit.
No. We just gotta find out which hot sauce Drake.
That's the thing. Yeah.
Do you think it's Valentina? Do you think
Hell nah.
No.
Tapatio?
He got
You think
like
it's
Texas
Tabasco?
Pete, Louisiana Road.
Dog, I bet you it's like
Cholula?
fucking.
Yeah, nah, he got some whack shit. He ain't got the real. Drake, hit up your boy for the hot sauces. I'm telling you, I'll put you on some real hot sauce shit. Like I'm telling you right now.
All right.
But-
Well, that does it with the TSR show.
We out another
good
week,
one.
and we'll see y'all next week. Greg the Leg.